आत्मरन मोहन जू की जाय नित्य प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शतमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्रील गुरुदेव की जाय नित्य प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शतमार श्रील भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोसाई महाराज की जाय नित्य प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शतमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जाय नित्य प्रविष्टम विष्णुपार अष्टोत्तर शतमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जाय नित्य प्रविष्टम विष्णुपाद अष्टोत्तर शतमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जाय नित्य प्रविष्ट महाभागवत श्रील गोरक्षर बाबाजी महाराज की जाय नित्य प्रविष्ट श्रील सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जाय नित्य प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जाय श्री रूपानुगौरिया गुरु वार्ग की जाय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शार गोस्वामी प्रभु की जाय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जाय नाम चाय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय नाम चाय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जाय प्रेम से कहो धन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जाय सर्व अभिष्ट विराट गिरिराज महाराज की जाय श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय श्री मुन देवी गंगा देवी की जाय श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जाय श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जाय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जाय श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल Hari Bol, dear Mataji, when you get a chance, could you let me know what verse we left off on? I have a feeling it was 52, but I just want to know for sure. All right. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Śrīmad Bhakti Vedanta Narayanitti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalai Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tarabhaktaya Namo Namaha Yang Pravrajantam Anupetam Apeta Krityam Dvaipayano Virahakatara Ajuhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Binedus Tang Sarva Bhuta Hridaya Munimanatosmi Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatyam Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Shrindvatang Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Ritantasto Yabadrani Vidhunoti Suritsatam Nashta Prayeshvavadreshu Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Tavai Vasmi Na Jivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayamang Charanantikam Bhaktya Vihina Aparada Lakshai Kshiptastakama Ditaranga Madhe Kripa Mayi Tvam Sharanam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam. Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, we're reading from 52. Okay, cool. Dandavat Pranams, Ganga Mataji, Indira Mataji, Raseshwari Mataji, Madhavi Didi, and Bhavatarani Mataji. Haribo. All right, so let's go to Bhagavat Pravaha. Five more queens. Once Krishna visited the Pandavas at Indraprastha. He spent time with Kunti Devi, Yudhishthira, and others, and happily stayed as their guest for several months. One day, Krishna and Arjuna went hunting in the forest and saw a charming young maiden named Kalindi, the daughter of the sun god. She desired to attain Lord Vishnu as her husband and had been performing austerities. Krishna took Kalindi into his chariot and later married her at Dwarka. Later, at the request of the Pandavas, Krishna had Vishvakarma, the architect of the demigods, construct an attractive city for them. To please Agni, the fire god, Krishna had Arjuna help him to devour the Khandava forest. Right, Agni, Krishna had Arjuna help him devour the Khandava forest. Agni was satisfied and presented a chariot, Gandiva bow, horses, 2 inexhaustible quivers, and an armor. While the Khandava forest burned, Arjuna saved a demon named Maya from the blaze. Maya Danava reciprocated by building Arjuna a splendid palace. Krishna then went back to Dwarka. Sometime later, Krishna went to Avantipur, where, in the presence of many kings, he abducted the beautiful maiden Mitravinda. This sister of the king of Avanti was very much attracted to Krishna. Later, Krishna went to the kingdom of Ayodhya and won the hand of Nagnajiti, also called Satya, the daughter of King Nagnajit, after subduing 7 ferocious bulls by manifesting himself in 7 different forms. The rival kings who had been defeated by the bulls tried to attack Lord Krishna. Arjuna then defeated them, and Krishna proceeded with Nagnajiti to Dwarka. Okay, so that's where we read up to yesterday. Haribo, Nri Hari Prabhu, and also Pradyumna Prabhu and Mantra Murti Mataji. Alright, so now we come back to this. We read part of Nagnajiti. Okay, so when Krishna went to Ayodhya, King Nagnajit first worshipped the Lord properly and then addressed him. O Narayan, Lord of the universe, you are full in your own spiritual pleasure. Therefore, what can this insignificant person do for you? Shukadeva Goswami said, O beloved descendant of Kuru, the Supreme Lord was pleased, and after accepting a comfortable seat, he smiled and addressed the king in a voice as deep as the rumbling of a cloud. The Supreme Lord said, okay. The Supreme Lord said, O ruler of men, learned authorities condemn begging for a person in the royal order who is executing his religious duties. Even so, desiring your friendship, I ask you for your daughter, though we offer no gifts in exchange. Sorry. Okay. The king said, My lord, who could be a better husband for my daughter than you, the exclusive abode of all transcendental qualities? On your body, the goddess of fortune herself resides, never leaving you for any reason. But to ascertain the proper husband for my daughter, O chief Vadas, we previously set a condition to test the prowess of our suitors. These 7 wild bulls are impossible to tame, O hero. They have defeated many princes, breaking their limbs. If you can subdue them, O descendant of Yadu, you will certainly be the appropriate bridegroom for my daughter, O Lord of Śrī. Upon hearing these terms, the Lord tightened his clothing, expanded himself into 7 forms, and easily subdued the bulls. Lord Shori tied up the bulls whose pride and strength were now broken and pulled them with ropes, just as a child playfully pulls wooden toy bulls. Then King Nagnajit, astonished, presented his daughter to Lord Kṛṣṇa. The Supreme Personality of Godhead accepted this suitable bride in the proper Vedic fashion. The king's wives felt the greatest exciting Lord Kṛṣṇa as the dear husband of the royal princes, and a mood of great festivity arose. Conch shells, horns, and drums resounded, along with vocal and instrumental music, and the sounds of Brahmins invoking blessings. The joyful men and women adorned themselves with fine clothing and garlands. As the dowry, powerful King Nagnajit gave 10,000 Did we not read that one? Okay, let's just read from here just in case. Dashadhenu hasrani paribarham adar vibhu yuvatina. Oh, we did read this. I remember now. Okay. As the dowry, powerful King Nagnajit gave 10,000 cows, 3,000 young maidservants wearing golden ornaments on their necks. Sorry, I have something in my mouth. 3,000 young maidservants wearing gold ornaments on their necks and bedecked in fine clothing, 9,000 elephants, 100 times as many chariots as elephants, 100 times as many horses as chariots, and 100 times as many manservants as horses. Wow. So on top of the maidservants, he gave 9,000 elephants, 900,000 chariots, 90 million horses, and 9 billion soldiers. My God. Dampati ratamaropya mahatya senaya vrito sneha praklinna hridayo yapayam asakoshala. The king of Koshala, his heart melting with affection, had the bride and groom seated on their chariots, and then he sent them on their way surrounded by a great army. Shutvaitad rurudur bhupa nayantam patikanyakam Bhagnavirya Sudur Marsha Yadubir Govrishaipura. When the intolerant kings who had been rival suitors heard what had happened, they tried to stop Lord Kṛṣṇa on the road as he took his bride home. But just as bulls had broken the king's strength before, the Yadu warriors broke it now. Commentary by Sārārtha-darśinī commentary by Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura. Previously, those kings had been defeated by the bulls. Now they were defeated by the yadus. Tan asyata sharavratan bandhu priya kridarjuna kandivi kalayam asa singhakshudra mrigan iva. Arjuna, wielder of the Gandiva bow, was always eager to please his friend Kṛṣṇa, and thus he drove back those opponents who were shooting torrents of arrows at the Lord. He did this just as a lion drives away insignificant animals. Arjuna easily dispatched them. Paribam upagrihya dvarakan etya satyaya reme yadu namrishabho Bhagavan Devaki Sutta. Lord Devaki Sutta, the chief of the Yadus, then took his dowry and Satya to Dwarka and continued to live there happily. Shrutakirte sutam bhadram upayeme pitrishvasu kaikeyim bhratribhir datam Kṛṣṇa santardhanadibi. Bhadra was a princess of the Kaikeya kingdom and the daughter of Lord Krishna's paternal aunt Shrutakirti. The Lord married Bhadra when her brothers, headed by Santardhana, offered her to him. Commentary. The seventh marriage is described. Bhadra was the daughter of Shrutakirti. Sutam cha pater Lakshmanam Lakshanaryatam Swayamvare Jaharai ka Susuparna Sudham Iva. Then the Lord married Lakshmana, the daughter of the king of Madra. Kṛṣṇa appeared alone at her Swayamvar ceremony and took her away, just as Garuda once stole the demigod's nectar. Anyashchaivang vida bharya Kṛṣṇasyasan sahasrasha bhomam hatva tan nirodhar ahritascharudarshana. Kṛṣṇa also acquired thousands of other wives, equal to these when he killed Bhaumasura and freed the beautiful maidens the demon was holding captive. Commentary. The word thousands means 16,000 beautiful maidens. Thus ends the commentary on the 58th chapter of the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam for the pleasure of the devotees in accordance with the previous acharyas. So now we're going to hear about Kṛṣṇa defeating Bhaumasura, also known as Narakāsura, right? I think so. Chapter 59, the killing of the demon Naraka. Let me just check the comments. Hare Krishna, Gopikant Prabhu, and Gargarajji, Dandavat Pranam, and Sudevi Didi, Dandavat Pranam. Okay, so the killing of the demon Naraka. Shri Rajovacha Yatahato Bhagavata Bhomo Yene Chaita Striya Niruddha Etara Chakshva Vikramam Sharangadhanava. King Parikshit said, how was Bhaumasura, who kidnapped so many women, killed by the Supreme Lord? Please narrate this adventure of Lord Sharangadhanva. Commentary. In this chapter, Kṛṣṇa kills the demon Narakāsura, also known as Bhaumasura, the son of Bhumi, at the request of Indra. Okay, so Kṛṣṇa kills the demon Narakāsura, the son of Bhumi, at the request of Indra, and marries the 16,000 daughters of kings who were held captive by Narakāsura. Kṛṣṇa also brings the Parijat tree from Svargaloka. Oh yeah, remember, Indra wasn't very grateful. Anyhow, okay. Shri Shuka Uvacha Indrena Hritachatrena Hritakundala Bandhuna Hritamar Hritamaradristanena Kyapito Bhomacheshtitam Sabharyo Garudarudha Pragjyotisha Puram Yayo Giri Durgai Shastra Durgair Jalagna Nila Durgamam Mora Pasha Yutar Ghorar Dredai Sarvata Avritam. Shukadev Goswami said, after Bhoma had stolen the earrings belonging to Indra's mother, along with Varuna's umbrella and the demigod's playgrounds at the peak of Mandara mountain, Indra went to Lord Krishna and informed him of these misdeeds. The Lord, taking his wife Satyabhama with him, then rode on Garuda to Pragyotishapur, surrounded on all sides by fortifications consisting of hills, unmanned weapons, water, fire, and wind, and by obstructions of Mura Pasha wire. Wonder what Mura Pasha is. Maybe we'll find out. Commentary. The umbrella actually belonged to Varuna, but because of Indra's superior position as the king of the demigods, the verse mentions that it was stolen from Indra. Being informed about the activities of Bhoma by Indra, whose umbrella, Mother Earth's earrings, being informed about the activities of Bhoma by Indra, whose umbrella, Mother's earrings, and Jewel Mountain were stolen, Krishna went to Pragjyotishapur, Bhoma's capital, with his wife Satyabhama. Bhoma's capital still exists today in Tejpur in Assam. Yeah, I remember reading about Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj going to Pragjyotishpur. Why did Krishna bring his wife along? Krishna had promised Bhumi that he would not kill her demoniac son without her permission. Since Bhumi is an expansion of Satyabhama, the later could authorize Krishna to kill the unusually nasty Bhomasura if necessary during the heat of the battle. Krishna took Satyabhama along for this purpose. In addition, Satyabhama had been miffed when Narad Muni brought a heavenly parijat tree. She had been miffed when Narad Muni brought heavenly parijat flower to Queen Rukmini. At that time, Krishna promised Satyabhama, I will give you a whole tree of these flowers. Therefore, Krishna brought Satyabhama along to show her that he could take the tree from Indra. Gadaya nirbibhedadrin Shastra durgani sayakai Chakre nagnim jalam vayum Murapashangstatasina. With his club, the Lord broke through the rock fortifications. With his arrows, the weapon fortifications. With his disc, the fire, water, and wind fortifications. And with his sword, the Murapasha cables. Commentary. Krishna used his chakra to destroy the walls of water, fire, and wind. What does Mura mean? Sorry, do you mind if I just check really quick? Because I'm really curious. Sanskrit dictionary. Where is Sanskrit dictionary? I'll just type it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Shankanadena yatrani hridayani manasvinam prakaram gadaya gurvya nirbibheda gadadhara. Sorry guys, shoot. I have to yeah, I have to just 1 second. I'll be 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So, Shankanadena yatrani hridayani manasvinam prakaram kadaya gurvya nirbibeda gadadharam. With the sound of his conch shell, Lord Gadadhar then shattered the magic seals of the fortress, along with the hearts of its brave defenders. And with his heavy club, he demolished the surrounding earthen ramparts. Commentary. With the sound of his conch, Krishna pierced the mystic armor, protecting the hearts of the warriors. Panchajanya dvanim shrutva yuganta shani bhishanam mura shayana uttasto daitya pancha shira jalat. The five-headed demon Mura, who slept at the bottom of the city's moat, awoke and rose up out of the water when he heard the vibration of Lord Krishna's Panchajanya conch. Oops. So yeah, he. Uh-oh. 1 second. Let me just stop. Okay. Yeah, so he came out of the water when he heard the vibration of Lord Krishna's Panchajanya conch, a sound as terrifying as the thunder at the end of the cosmic age. Commentary. The word Ashani, thunderbolt, compares the sound of Krishna's conch, which woke up the sleeping demon Mura, with the frightful sound of the thunderbolts at the time of universal devastation. The word Ashani was also used earlier. The word Ashani was also used earlier to describe how the wrestlers at Kamsa's arena saw Krishna as a terrifying thunderbolt. Mallanam Ashanir. That was chapter 43, verse 17. Trishulamudhyamya sudur nirikshano Yuganta surya nalarochira ulbana Grasangstrilokim eva panchabir mukar Abhyadravatarkshya sutam yatoraga. Shining with the blinding, terrible effulgence of the sun's fire at the end of a millennium, Mura seems to be swallowing up the three worlds with his 5 mouths. He lifted up his trident and fell upon Garuda, the son of Tarksha, like an attacking snake. Aviddashulam tarasa garutmate Nirasya vaktrar vyanadad sapanchabhi Sarodasi sarva dishambaram mahan Apurayan andha katam avrinot. Mura whirled his trident and then hurled it fiercely at Garuda, roaring from all 5 mouths. The sound filled the earth and sky, all directions and the limits of outer space, until it reverberated against the very shell of the universe. Commentary. The Mura demon waved his trident and made ferocious sounds that filled the universe. Tadapatarvai trishikam garutmate harisharabhyam abhinatridhoschasa mukhe shrutam chapir sharer atadayat tasmai gadam sopi rusha vimunchata. Then, with 2 arrows, Lord Hari struck the trident flying toward Garuda and broke it into 3 pieces. Next, the Lord hit Mura's faces with several arrows, and the demon angrily hurled his club at the Lord. Commentary. Krishna broke the trident which was approaching Garuda into 3 pieces with 2 arrows. Mura then threw a club at Krishna. Tam apatantim gadaya gadam ride gadagrajo nirbibidhe sahasrada udyamya bahun vidhavato jita shirangsi chakrena jahara lilaya. As Mura's club sped toward him on the battlefield, Lord Gadagraja intercepted it with his own and broke it into thousands of pieces. Mura then raised his arms high and rushed at the unconquerable Lord, who easily sliced off his heads with his disc weapon. Commentary. Mura raised his arms and ran towards Krishna. Vyasu papatam bhasikrita shirsho nikrita shringo drir ivendra tejasa tasyatmaja sapta piturvadhatura pratikriya marsha jusha samudyata. Lifeless, Mura's decapitated body fell into the water like a mountain whose peak had been severed by the power of Lord Indra's thunderbolt. The demon's 7 sons, enraged by their father's death, prepared to retaliate. Commentary. Mura fell like a mountaintop, cut off by Indra's thunderbolt. Filled with anger to avenge their father's death, Mura's 7 sons prepared for battle. Tamrontasha Shravano Vibhavasu Tamrontariksha Shravano Vibhavasur Vasur Nabhasvan Arunashtra Saptama Pitam Puraskritya Chamupatim Ridhe Bhoma Prayukta Niragan Dhrita Yudha. Ordered by Bhomasura, Mura's 7 sons, Tamra, Antariksha, Shravana, Vibhavasu, Vasu, and Nabhasvan, and Aruna, they followed their general, Pita, onto the battlefield bearing their weapons. Commentary. They came out of their fortress holding their weapons. Prayunjata sadya sharanasin gada Shaktrishti shulanya jite rusholbana Tachchasrakutam bhagavan swamarganar Amogaviryas tilashashchakartaha. These fierce warriors furiously attacked the invincible Lord Krishna with arrows, swords, clubs, spears, lances, and tridents. But the Supreme Lord, with unfailing prowess, cut the mountain of weapons into tiny pieces with his arrows. Pitamokyan anayadyayam nikrita shirshoro bhujangrivarmana swani kapan achuta chakra sayakais tata nirastan narakodhara sutta. Nirikshadur marshana asravan madar kajai payodi prabhavar nirakramat. The Lord severed the heads, thighs, arms, legs, and armor of these opponents led by Pita and sent them to the abode of Yamaraj. Narakāsura, the son of the earth, could not contain his fury when he saw the fate of his military leaders. Thus he went out of the citadel with his elephants born from the milk ocean, who were exuding mudda from their foreheads out of excitement. Commentary. Yamakshayam means that Krishna sent them all to the abode of Yamaraj, death. The real meaning is that Krishna gave them liberation. For yama means the yoga process starting with yama and niyama and ending with liberation. Narakāsura came out with elephants that were exuding mada, which is a vicious secretion produced from the forehead of excited elephants. Drishtva sabharyam garudo paristitam suryo parishtat satadir ghanam yata Krishnam satasmai vyaschata gnin yodashcha sarve yugapachcha vivyadu. Lord Krishna and his wife, mounted upon Garuda, looked like a cloud with lightning sitting above the sun. Seeing the Lord, Bhoma released his Shatagni weapon at him, whereupon all of Bhoma's soldiers simultaneously attacked with their weapons. Commentary. Narakāsura threw his Shatagni, a name of his Shakti spear, his Shatagni weapon at Krishna. Tarbhoma sainyam bhagavan gadagrajo vichitravajar nishitai shili mukhai nikrita bahuru shirodhravigraham Cakravartī hatashvakunjaram. At that moment, Lord Gadagraja shot his sharp arrows at Bhomasura's army. These arrows, displaying variegated feathers, soon reduced that army to a mass of bodies with severed arms, thighs, and necks. The Lord similarly killed the opposing horses and elephants. Commentary. Krishna decimated the enemy troops with colorfully feathered arrows. Vichitra Vajrair. Yani yodai prayuktani shastrastrani kurudvaha aristanyachinat tikshnai sharair ekaikas shastribhi uhyamana suparnena pakshabhyam nignata grajan kurutmata hanyamanas tunda pakshanakir gaja Puram evai Viśvanātha Narako yudayudata. Lord Hari then struck down all the missiles and weapons the enemy soldiers threw at him, O hero of the Kurus, destroying each and every one with 3 sharp arrows. Meanwhile, Garuda, as he carried the Lord, struck the enemy's elephants with his wings. Beaten by Garuda's wings, beak, and talons, the elephants fled back into the city, leaving Narakāsura alone on the battlefield to oppose Krishna. Commentary. Having described the cutting off of the enemy's arms, now the cutting to pieces of their swords, hand weapons, arrows, and missiles is described. One by one, Krishna shot down each weapon with 3 arrows. Even before the weapons shot by the warriors reached their target, Krishna first killed the throwers of the weapons and then destroyed the missiles while they were still in the air, each with 3 arrows. Krishna's arrows were shot one after the other, not 3 at once. Whoa, so it'd be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Krishna shot so rapidly that Shukadeva Goswami cried out in extreme amazement, O Kuru Udvaha, O hero of the Kurus, King Parikshit. By this expression, Shukadeva Goswami implies that even among the Kurus, such personalities as Bhishma and Arjuna were not capable of knowing such swiftness in using weapons, in spite of the fact that Sri Krishna himself had taught them. Tamboma praharachchaktya vajra pratihato yata nakampata tvaya vidho malahata iva dvipa. Seeing his army driven back and tormented by Garuda, Bhoma attacked him with his spear, which had once defeated Lord Indra's thunderbolt. But though struck by that mighty weapon, Garuda was not shaken. Indeed, he was like an elephant hit with a flower garland. Commentary. Narakāsura threw his spear, which had previously defeated Indra's thunderbolt, but to Garuda it felt like a flower garland. Let me just check the comments quickly. Okay, the Muraksha was electric fencing. Okay, thank you, Bhavatarani Mataji and Hari Prabhu. And yeah, Mura wire. In Krishna book, Srila Prabhupada describes electricity and metal airplanes, etc. Cool, thanks. All right. Shulam bhomo chutam hantum adade vitato dhyama tad visargat purvam eva narakasya shirohari apaharar gajastasya chakrena kshurane mina. Bhoma, frustrated in all his, took up his trident to kill Lord Krishna. But even before he could release it, the Lord cut off his head with his razor-sharp chakra as the demon sat atop his elephant. Commentary. As Bhoma raised his invincible trident, Satyabhama, sitting beside Krishna on Garuda, said, "Kill him right away." And Krishna did just that. Sakundalam charu karita bhushanam Pabho prativyang patitam samujvalam haheti sadvityarisha asaga. I always have a hard time with this. Haheti sadva itrishya sureshwara malyar mukundam vikiranta idare itrish itri. Yeah, how do you do that when you say Itirisha, whatever. Itirisha. Fallen on the ground, Bomasura's head shone brilliantly, decorated as it was with earrings and an attractive helmet. As cries of "Alas, alas!" and "Well done!" arose, the sages and principal demigods worshipped Lord Mukunda by flower garlands. Commentary. The sages and demigods shouted, "Ha ha, iti!" Alas, alas. Ha ha isn't alas. I mean, it is alas in some, but alas usually. Oh, never mind. When the sages shouted ha ha iti, which usually indicates sorrow, but here it indicates condemnation according to Kshira Swami. They said, "Oh, what a sinful person, disturbing the whole world. It is good that you have been killed." So then they covered Krishna with garlands. Tatashchabu Krishnam upetya kunde pratapta jambhu nadaratna bharsware savai jayantya vanamalapayat prachetasam chatram atho mahamanim. The goddess of the earth then approached Lord Krishna and presented him with Aditi's earrings, which were made of glowing gold inlaid with shining jewels. She also gave him a Vaijayanti flower garland, Varuna's umbrella, peak of Mandara mountain. Commentary. Bhumi returned everything stolen by her son, including the peak of Mandara mountain, Mani Parvat. Asto shirata vivesham devi deva vararchitam pranjali pranata rajan bhakti pravanaya dhiya. O king, after bowing down to him and then standing with joined palms, the goddess, her mind filled with devotion, began to praise the Lord of the universe, whom the best of the demigods worship. Bhumir Namaste Devadevesha Shanka Chakra Gadadhara Bhakte Cho Patarupaya Paramatman Namostute. Goddess Bhumi said, "Obeisances unto you, O Lord of the chief demigods, O holder of the conch shell, disc, and club. O supreme soul within the heart, you assume your various forms to fulfill your devotees' desires. Obeisances unto you. Commentary. Bhumi addressed Krishna as O Supreme Soul, which implies, you know the sincerity of my heart, even though I am the mother of your enemy. Nama Pankajanaභaya, Nama Jamaline, Nama Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangrigraye. My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as a lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. Commentary. By describing the sweet beauty of Krishna, the madhuryam of Krishna, Bhumi indicated that just by his darshan, her senses had attained perfection. Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Vasudevaya Vishnave Purushaya Dibijaya Purnabodhaya Te Namah. Obeisances unto you, the Supreme Lord Vasudeva, Vishnu, the primeval person, the original seed. Obeisances unto you, the omniscient one. Commentary. In this verse, Bhumi explains, I am sporting now in the ocean of your opulences. I pay respects to you, the omnipotent Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even though you are full of all powers and are the original form of Bhagavan, still you appear as the son of Vasudeva. Though you are the son of Vasudeva, you are Vishnu, the all-pervading one. Though you are all-pervading, you still appear as an individual person. Though you are an individual, you are the original source of all, even of Narayan, as shown during the Brahma Vimohan Lila. Though you are the original seed, you are the form of complete consciousness, Brahman itself. In other words, though you are endowed with infinite spiritual qualities, you are also the impersonal Brahman. Ajaya Janayitresya Brahmane Nantashaktaye Paravaratmam Bhutatman Paramatman Namostute. Obeisances unto you of unlimited energies, the unborn progenitor of this universe, the Absolute. O soul of the high and the low, O soul of the created elements, O all-pervading Supreme Soul, obeisances unto you. Commentary. And Krishna may say, but if such is the case, then is there no existence prior to my own coming into being? So the Bhumi replies in this verse, though you are unborn, you generate the universes. Though you generate the universes, you are the impersonal Brahman. Though you are impersonal and without qualities, you are endowed with a spiritual form and unlimited transcendental qualities and energies. Though you have unlimited energies, three are principal, Tatashta, Bahiranga, and Antaranga. You are the living entities composed of all the elevated and degraded souls. You are the soul of the material creation, and you are the internal witness, Paramatman. Tvam vai sisrikshur aja utkatam prabho tamo nirodhaya bibharsya samvrita sthanaya sattvam jagato jagat kala pradhanam purusho bhavan para. Sorry. Desiring to create, O unborn master, you increase and then assume the mode of passion. You do likewise with the mode of ignorance when you wish to annihilate the universe, and with goodness when you wish to maintain it. Nonetheless, you are covered by these modes. You are time, the Pradhan, and the Purush, O Lord of the universe. Yet still you are separate and distinct. Commentary. Bhumi said, According to the time, you carry out creation, maintenance, and destruction of the universe through your Maya Shakti. Though you contain the activated Raja, Tama, and Sattva gunas, but you are not covered by them like the conditioned souls. You are time, Maya, and the living entities, since they are all your energies. Nevertheless, by your internal energy, by your Swarup Shakti, you separate and you are separate and distinct from these above-mentioned entities. Aham payo jyotir athanilo nabho matrani deva manama indriyani karta mahan ityakilam characharam tvai aditiye bhagavan ayam brahma. This is illusion, that earth, water, fire, air, ether, sense objects, demigods, mind, the senses, false ego, and the total material energy exist independent of you. In fact, they are all within you, my Lord, who are one without a second. Commentary. But, Krishna may object, you say that this very body of mine is composed of the material elements. Thus, since my eyes and other senses are of false ego in the mode of goodness, I am called Brahman, mixed with Maya. How then am I distinct from these material elements? Bhumi replies in this verse, those people who say that earth and all the other elements, the senses, the sense objects, minds, false ego, consciousness, and the moving senses and non exists in you are mistaken, because in you there is no difference. Your body and senses are all spiritual. It cannot be that matter is the same as you. Tasyatmajo yam tavapara pankajam pita prapannarti haro pasadita tatpalayainam kuruhasta pankajam shirasya mushya kilakalmashapaham. Here is the son of Bhaumasura. Frightened, he is approaching your lotus feet, since you remove the distress of all who seek refuge in you. Please protect him. Place your lotus hands, which dispels all sins, upon his head. Commentary. After praising Krishna, Bhumi made a request. O remover of the distress of the surrendered, the son of Naraka named Bhagadatta is extremely afraid, so I am approaching your lotus feet on his behalf. Shri Shuka Uvacha Iti Bhumarto Vagbhir Bhagavan Bhakti Namraya Datvabhyam Bhaumagriham Pravishat Sakalardhinmat. Shukadev Goswami said, thus entreated by Goddess Bhumi in words of humble devotion, the Supreme Lord bestowed fearlessness upon her grandson, and then entered Bhaumasura's palace, which was filled with all manner of riches. Tatra rajanyakamyanam satsahasradikayutam Bhaumahritanam vikramya rajabhyo dadrishe hari. There, Lord Krishna saw 16,000 royal maidens, whom Bhoma had taken by force from various kings. Commentary. There were 16,100 royal maidens imprisoned in Bhoma's palace, according to the Vishnu Puran 5:29-31. Kanyapure sakanyanam shodashatulya vikrama Shatadhikani dadrishe sahasrani mahamate. Bhoma had stolen 16,100 women, not only from kings, but he also kidnapped the unmarried daughters of demigods, sages, and demons as well. Tam pravishtam striyo vikshya naravaryam vimohita manasa vavrishtam patim daivopasaditam. The women became enchanted when they saw that most excellent sorry. The women became enchanted when they saw that most excellent of males enter. In their minds, they each accepted him who had been brought there by destiny as their chosen husband. Bhuyat patir ayam mahyam datatar anumodatam iti sarva pratak krishne bhavena hridayam dadhu. With the thought, may Providence grant this man become may Providence grant that this man become my husband. Each and every princess absorbed her heart in contemplation of Krishna. Ta pra Ta prahinor dvaravatim sumrishta virajombara narayanar narayanar mahakoshan ratashvan dravinam mahat. The Lord had the princesses arrayed in clean, spotless garments, and then sent them in palanquins to Dwarka, together with great treasures of chariots, horses, and other valuables. Commentary. Krishna sent the women to Dwarka in palanquins. Airavata kule bhangscha chaturdantangs tarasvina pandurangscha chatushashtim prerayam asakeshava. Lord Krishna also dispatched 64 swift white elephants, descendants of Airavata, who had each sported 4 tusks. Gatva Surendra, Gatva Surendra Bhavanam Tatvadityay Chakundale Ritastri Dashendrena Mahendranya Chapsapriya Chodito Bharyayotpatya Parijatam Garutmati Aropya Sendran Vibhudhan Nirjityo Panayat Puram. The Lord then went to the abode of Indra, the demigod's king, and gave Mother Aditi her earrings. There, Indra and his wife worshipped Krishna and his beloved consort Satyabhama. Then, at Satyabhama's behest, the Lord uprooted the heavenly Parijat tree and put it on the back of Garuda. After defeating Indra and all the other demigods, Krishna brought the Parijat to his capital. Commentary. Instigated by Satyabhama, Krishna took the Parijat tree. How many verses are in this chapter? 45. Okay, let's just finish this off. Stapita Satyabhamaya Grihodhyano Pashobhana Anvagur Brahmara Swargat Targanda Savalampata. Once planted, the Parijat tree beautified the garden of Queen Satyabhama's palace. Bees followed the tree all the way from heaven, greedy for its fragrance and sweet sap. Whoa, heavenly bees. Commentary. Krishna planted the tree in Satyabhama's private garden. Yayacha anamya kirita kotivi pados prishan achutamarta sadhanam siddhartha etena vigrihyate mahan aho suranam chatamodhigadyatam. Even after Indra had bowed, Lord Achyuta touched his feet with the tips of his crown and begged the Lord to fulfill his desire. That demigod, having achieved his purpose, chose to fight with the Supreme Lord. What ignorance there is among the gods! To hell with their opulence! Seriously, Indra of all people, after the whole, trying to devastate Vraj with the Samvartak clouds. Commentary. Parikshit was astonished to hear that Indra fought with his worshipful Lord Kṛṣṇa. Shukadev therefore condemned Indra's character in this verse. Although Kṛṣṇa fulfilled Indra's desire to kill Narakāsura and bring back Aditi's earrings, still Indra fought with Kṛṣṇa, even though he is the king of the demigods. What anger the demigods have! One who is really situated in Sattvagun would never do such a thing. Furthermore, Indra is not just any demigod, but the king of the demigods, and even he manifested the mode of ignorance. Therefore, to hell with their wealth! What anartha does wealth not create? Ato muhurta ekasmin nanagare shutastriya yato payeme bhagavan tavadrupa dharo vyaya. Then the imperishable Supreme Personality, assuming a separate form for each bride, duly married all the princesses simultaneously, each in her own palace. Commentary. Returning to Dwarka, Kṛṣṇa married all the women at the same time because the experts in astrology told Kṛṣṇa that the most auspicious time, the most auspicious lagna for marriage was at that very moment. Kṛṣṇa manifested identical forms of himself to marry all the brides. Though Kṛṣṇa had one body, it appeared in separate forms, and he controlled all of them. One should not explain the phrase Tavad Rupa Dharo as simply a multiplication of bodies. This is corroborated by Narad Muni in a later chapter. Chitram Bataitad Ekena Vapusha Yugapat Pratak Griheshu Dashta Sahasram Striya Eka Udavahat. Narad Muni thought, it is quite amazing that in a single body, Lord Kṛṣṇa simultaneously married 16,000 women, each in a separate palace. That will be in chapter 61, verse 2. According to Sridhar Swami, the phrase yato payeme, married properly, implies that Kṛṣṇa's entire company of relatives, including Devaki and others, also appeared in each and every house simultaneously. By Kṛṣṇa's energy of all of his associates also manifested identical forms. The word avyaya, imperishable, means in all circumstances they were complete, not present only in a partial expansion. The Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam confirms this point. The Prakash forms of Kṛṣṇa are not different. They are not different at all from the original form of Kṛṣṇa. Griheshu tasam anapyatarka Krinirasta samyat Griheshu tasam anapayatarka Krinirasta samyatisha yeshvavastita Reme ramabhir nijakama sampluto Yate taro garhakame dikangsharan. The Lord, performer of the inconceivable, constantly remained in each of his queen's palaces, which were unequaled and unexcelled by any other residence. There, although fully satisfied within himself, he enjoyed with his pleasing wives, and like an ordinary husband, he carried out his household duties. Okay, let's stop here. Yeah, let's stop here since it's 8:37. And then we'll quickly finish off this chapter tomorrow. No, we're so close. I'm going to finish it. Sorry, guys. Okay. Commentary. Performing inconceivable activities, Kṛṣṇa was situated in each house of every wife, so that each thought, Kṛṣṇa is associating only with me, and all the other queens are suffering separation from him. Their houses had no equal or superior, even in Vaikuntha. What then to speak of the enjoyments there? The phrase nijakama sampluto means immersed in the lust, which is innate in his own internal nature. Kṛṣṇa enjoyed with thousands of the most pleasing goddesses of fortune. This implies that since in Vaikuntha his primary expansion Narayan enjoys only with one goddess of fortune, Dwarka is far superior to Vaikuntha. In Dwarka, Kṛṣṇa carried out his household duties with the addition of sweetness. In this regard, The Prabhaskanda of the Skanda Puran says, Sudashaiva Sahasrani Gopyastava Samagata Hangsas Eva Mata Krishna Paramatma Janardana Tasyaita Shaktayo Devi Sodashaiva Prakirita Chandarupi Mata Krishna Kala Rupastu Tasmrita Sampurna Mandala Tasam Malini Sodashi Kala Sodashaiva Kala Yasu Gopi Rupa Varangane Ekaikashasta Sambhina Sahasrena Pratak Pratak. At the palace, 16,000 gopis were assembled with Krishna, who is considered the supreme, the supersoul, the shelter of all living beings. These gopis are his renowned 16 potencies, O goddess. Krishna is like the moon, the gopis are like its phases, and the full contingent of gopis is like the full sequence of the moon's 16 phases. Is like the full sequence of the moon's 16 phases. Each of these 16 divisions of gopis, my dear Varangana, is subdivided into 1,000 parts. Wow. Amazing. Furthermore, the Kartik Mahatma section of the Padma Puran says, Kaishore Gopakanyasta Yovane Rajakanyaka. Those who were the daughters of the cowherds in the royal youth became royal princesses in their maturity. In other words, Krishna in Vrindavan is the most perfect and complete form of Godhead, and his plenary expansions in Dwarka are perfect. Similarly, the Vraj Gopis are the supreme complete forms of Krishna's pleasure potency, and their Prakash forms, the queens of Dwarka, are perfect. Etam Ramapatim avapya patim srista Ramayo pinavidu padavim yadiyam Jurmuta viratamid Ihayanu Etityanuraga Hasavalokkanavasangama jalpalajja. Thus, those women obtained as their husband the husband of the goddess of fortune, although even great demigods like Brahma do not know how to approach him. With ever-increasing pleasure, they experienced loving attraction for him, exchanged smiling glances with him, and reciprocated with him in ever-fresh intimacy, replete with joking and feminine shyness. Commentary. Brahma and other demigods did not know the method of attaining Krishna, who is the husband of those perfect Lakshmis, the Dwarka Mahishis. What chance is there for anyone else to directly know Krishna, and what to speak of actually attaining him? With continuously increasing joy, the queens of Dwarka experienced Krishna's smiling, love-filled glances, intimate bodily contact, and playful love talks. Krishna's queens exhibited their natural feminine shyness whenever he responded in kind to their sweet mutterings. Last verse. Pratyudkamasana varaha. Pratyudkamasana vararhana padashocha Tambola vishramana vijana gandhamalyai Kesha prasara shayana snapano paharyai Tasi shata api vibhor vidadhus madasyan. Although the Supreme Lord's queens each had hundreds of maidservants, they chose to personally serve the Lord by approaching him humbly, offering him a seat, worshipping him with excellent paraphernalia, bathing and massaging his feet, giving him pan to chew, fanning him, anointing him with fragrant sandalwood paste, adorning him with flower garlands, dressing his hair, arranging his bed, bathing him, and presenting him with various gifts. Thus ends the commentary on the 59th chapter of the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam for the pleasure of the devotees in accordance with the previous acharyas. So tomorrow we will read Krishna Teases Rukmini, chapter 60. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Oh, Dandavat Pranams, Sajan Maharaj, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Param Gurudev Ki Jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Rupa Nugagoria Guru Varga Ki Jai, Saparsha Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopigan Ki Jai, Shri Giriraj Maharaj Ki Jai, Shri Tulsi Maharani Vrinda Devi Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Purnamasi Yogamaya Ki Jai, Shri Grantaraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki Jai, Shri Krishna Chandra ki Jai, Shri Mahishi Gana ki Jai, the queens, Krishna's queens ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura ki Jai, Sārārtha-darśinī Vritti ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Vrindai Tulsi Devai Priyai Keshavascha Krishna Bhakti Pradadevi Satyavatai Namo Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Thanks for letting me go 11 minutes over time. Yikes. I really wanted to finish the chapter because we've been nearly finishing the chapter for so long now. And so I just wanted to, anyhow. Dandavat Pranams, everybody. Hari Bol. Also, especially Sajan Maharaj, Hari Bol. And Shasharmaji, Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Radhe.